A Roth conversion occurs when an individual distributes money from a pre-tax retirement account, pays taxes on that money, and moves the funds directly into a tax-free Roth account. Roth conversions are generally unrestricted, meaning that there are no income limitations on who can do the conversion, and there are no dollar limitations on how much can be converted. This is not to be confused with making a contribution directly to a Roth IRA, which does have these limitations. In any case, a person converting money to Roth is choosing to pay taxes on the retirement funds today for the opportunity to grow the funds tax-free over time. Although this may seem like a pretty good deal, considering that all the future growth on this money would be tax-free, it's important to understand what needs to happen for you to actually benefit over the long run. The conventional wisdom is if the income tax rate paid on the funds today may be less than the income tax rate that would otherwise be paid on the funds in the future, then converting those funds to Roth would be beneficial. And this is generally true from a mathematical standpoint. However, it's also important to understand the potential flaws in this logic. One, it's impossible to know how tax laws may change over time. And two, this assumes that the converter will eventually spend the money as opposed to their beneficiaries. So when do Roth conversions actually make sense? If your motivation behind the conversion is to maximize your personal wealth, I believe that it may make sense to do a Roth conversion if you're confident that your current marginal income tax rate is significantly lower than what you'll face in retirement. While it may appear that you're simply banking on future tax rates to rise, the decision actually involves more nuanced considerations, particularly regarding changes to your income once you're retired. The U.S. federal income tax system operates on a progressive scale, which means that higher levels of income are subject to higher marginal tax rates. As a result, most retirees typically find themselves in a lower tax bracket compared to when they were actively working. This is because the retirees no longer earn wages and instead rely on withdrawals from their investment portfolios, resulting in lower taxable income. In essence, a Roth conversion can make sense if you anticipate that your current tax rate is notably lower than what you'll encounter in retirement based on what your income will be and what tax rates may be at that time. Now, if your motivation behind the conversion is to maximize the future inheritance that you may leave to your children, then a Roth conversion may be a strategic move if you're confident that your current marginal tax rate will be significantly lower than what your beneficiaries will be taxed at when they distribute the funds, and you're confident that you won't need the money for spending in retirement. The potential benefits for doing a Roth conversion for your future beneficiaries can be even more challenging to understand. Why? Because current tax law requires that non-spousal beneficiaries distribute inherited retirement funds over a 10-year period. So if your beneficiaries inherit a large sum of retirement assets, they'll be forced to distribute those funds over a 10-year period. If they're already earning a reasonable wage at that time, these distributions will sit on top of their own wages for tax purposes if it's pre-tax money, and then they may be taxed at considerably higher rates. This would make the case for Roth conversions even more compelling. In summary, converting pre-tax dollars to Roth can be highly beneficial in specific situations. However, the ideal choice may not always be straightforward. So it's crucial to anticipate and evaluate whether the strategy aligns with your future financial expectations. If you feel that you benefit from a second opinion or your retirement goals, answer a few questions to see if you may be a good fit for a complimentary consultation. And if you found this video helpful, take a look at my blog, which I post to regularly. Both links are below the video. As always, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to hear from you soon.